awareness is the first step to changing our mindset. I believe that if we learn to be aware of our thoughts and our actions, things can really start to change. And not only just thoughts and actions, but also just these things that tend to repeat in our lives a lot, these patterns. And once we can recognize these patterns and pointing them out, that's when we can really start to make the change we need to make. Myself included, I've been in times where I do feel like I'm in a cycle, and not even location-wise, sometimes it's internal when I'm talking about moving to a new location, or do you know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes that's internal, sometimes that's like mental as well. It's not always physical in that sense. So, these repetitive patterns that we can sometimes be trapped in as humans, we need to become aware of. We need to take ourselves out of those limited mindsets that we can find ourselves in. And in terms of thought, these repetitive situations, thought, such as fear, these negative emotions and thoughts that we go through, we have to really challenge them. And it can be hard. I'm aware that, these things take courage and they take time and the discipline to actually go within. But I feel like just having the right mindset comes with analysing yourself. And this also kind of creates a deeper sense of knowing within ourselves, and knowing the power of these thoughts that we have, and also knowing that they can be repetitive. It also shows us the power that they can have over us, such as fear and these limiting beliefs. And once we're able to almost monitor them and analyze them for what they are, we're able to take that power back into our own hands, take that power back and reframe it in a way that we want it to be. And like I said, it can be hard, but it also can be quite easy. And the way that we can make this easier on ourselves and a bit more simple for our brains is by journaling, meditating, and taking, actions and taking the steps that are going to help us to release this. And I do believe many people can have different ways of doing this. Not everybody's going to be meditating, not everybody's going to be journaling, which is what I understand, but I definitely do encourage it if it's something you haven't tried before, or you may have tried it before, but you may have come away from it, which is easy to do. Like, it's so easy to come away from these things that we know is good for us and knows right for our mind. But this is why I'm here to remind you guys that there's so much that we can tap into within ourselves. And now I feel like we really do have to shift our perspectives when it comes to, mastering our mindset as well. And this is like deeper because we all go through things that are hard. We go through situations, we go through things we perceive as problems as well. And I've talked about this on my channel before, that, problems are just what we make them. Like, if we perceive something as a problem, then it's going to be a problem. But we can perceive it in a different way. Like, what do you learn from a situation that you go through? Because we all learn different things from different situations. And I think instead of perceiving it as this is a problem, this is something that's wrong, this is terrible, you really can shift your mindset. You can shift your perspective in that moment, and you can say to yourself, okay, I did feel like this, I felt hurt, I don't like the way that this happened. But you can also say to yourself, okay, well, what did I learn from this? And then that means that everything that happens, every situation you get into, everything in your life just becomes a step closer to your goals. It becomes a step closer to your purpose, because if you constantly keep that mission in mind, you constantly keep that intention that you set for yourself in mind, everything just naturally shifts towards it. And this is why we have to reframe, failing as something that's a bit more positive. It's not always negative. And I feel like once we tap into that negative thought stream, like I said, these repeating patterns that we can find ourselves in, that's when we get into that like loophole. And we don't want to be inside of the loophole. Like, we really do have to reframe it and just tap into that deeper sense of knowing in that aspect, because not everything that is negative is negative. It really does come down to how we perceive everything and exploring ourselves. And I feel like if we can explore gratitude as well, gratitude is big, man. And I feel like it's hard to remember this sometimes, that we need gratitude in everything we do. Every single cell of our body, we need gratitude for. Every day you wake up, you need to be grateful, because you have another chance to change something. You have another chance to take a leap forward in the direction that you've come here to take. And it's beautiful, guys. Like, this life is beautiful. I'm walking past trees right now that are holding space, and I'm walking in nature, and this is beautiful. And I feel like this is what I'm saying. You really do have to, shift your mindset into more of a gratitude state instead of a lack of abundance. Because once you tap into that, sense of gratitude, sense of love, sense of light and enlightenment, you will see the abundance, because you don't lack abundance. Like, I'm just telling you this right now, abundance is within you. God is within you. Light is within you. Everything, whatever you perceive as a higher power or higher source or a source of creation, is within you. You have everything within you. So you really do have to tap into that energy. And this all, like I said, it starts with our mind. Everything starts with our minds. We have a lot of power within us, guys. I'm just crossing the road. I'm currently just walking to another park. I was in one but I'm trying to get to a different one now, because I found another spot I feel like would be really good for our videos. So it's important to just travel around and explore nature all the time. And I feel like nature, like I said, has given me more of a space for this creative freedom and being able to explore my mind on a further way. I feel like everybody has their own ways of exploring their mind. Like, you might be someone who's interested in writing, someone who's interested in art, someone who's interested in poetry. There's so many different ways that we can really explore this creativity that we have within us. And this is one of my ways. It's talking to the camera. And I'm very, very, very grateful that I'm able to. And I'm grateful for you guys being in this space right now, here with me whilst I create this video. So let's get back onto topic then. So I feel like, we have to take responsibility now. I do believe, as humans, many of us, we kind of can sometimes blame the way that things are happening on other people. Like, we can blame the reason why we're in certain situations, or the reason why things have happened to us, or the reason why we're still in these repetitive cycles, like I was just talking about. Sometimes we can blame that on other people. And of course, other people have parts to play in your perspective and your world, your mind, everything that you have going on. Other people have a big part to play in it. Obviously, like I said, it's not just you in this universe, but I think it's still important to be aware and acknowledge that you have complete control over your own reality. Like, it's easy to just point the finger on someone else for the state that you're in consistently, or a consistent place that you find yourself in, but just know that you have to take responsibility to every part, like every choice, and it doesn't lead to progress when you do that. If you can take yourself and be accountable for your own actions and your own choices, then you'll start to see yourself moving towards that progress even more, and the abundance, you'll become way more in tune and closer to the abundance that you hold within yourself. It's like unbelievable. I feel like when you tap into this stuff yourself, I feel like you start to see it externally as well. Like, it's not just you that's going through this. It's not just me that's going through this. Like, other people experience these things. So this is another part of mastering your mind. Like, I feel like, of course, I'm not perfect. Like, I'm still on a journey of trying to do that. And these videos help me just speaking out these words. It helps me tap into that state more. But I feel like yeah, like the more you tap in more, you can observe other people around you, observe other spaces, and see that this is a universal thing, guys. Like, it's deeper. And I'm just grateful that we can tap into this knowledge here in this space right now. And I feel like you need to learn, like I said, responsibility. Like, it's not just about blaming other people and stuff like that. It's also about you standing up and empowering yourself to take certain actions and do certain choices and be there for yourself on a deeper level. Like, there's no one that can be there for you the way that you have to be there for you. Like, you need to be there for yourself at all costs, at all points, at all moments in life. Like, don't leave yourself like in the repetitive cycles, guys. Like, take responsibility and love yourself, empower yourself in deeper ways that you probably have never done before. And it's possible. Like, I know it's hard maybe sometimes for some people, it's easy for others, but maybe just start even little things like standing in the mirror and talking to yourself and saying, yo, like, I love you. Like, you're amazing. Like, no one can give you the love like how you can give you the love. You know what I mean? That type of power is even deeper, and that is what we can tap into within ourselves. So, you know, every decision we make, it's a chance for us to align with our goals even further. So just remember that every decision we make is a chance for us to align with our goals even further. And there's so much more that can be achieved. There's so much that we can tap into within ourselves, and all around us. There's so much opportunity, and it all starts with Mother Nature. So get yourself into nature today. Do something productive. I know it's cold here in England right now, unfortunately, guys. So it can be hard to be completely productive in nature when it's cold. But if you're somewhere where it's a bit warm, or, you know, it's a decent temperature, then get yourself into nature, because this place can teach you a lot. There's so much nature can provide for us in all ways. Let me just tell you one thing, yeah. We were talking about the abundance mindset earlier, and abundance is nature. And do you know why abundance is nature? It's because the nature literally provides everything we need to the T. Like, I'm telling you, it can provide you everything you need, but because of the system that we're in that tries to control us, well, it technically has in senses, but we can make affirmations out of that. But as a society, I feel like, and countries that we're in, you know, there has been a lot of control so that we can have access to things like this, like our phones and all this type of stuff. But the reason why we have giant corporations owning giant stores and supermarkets, and people don't have like their own businesses, their own small businesses like it used to be back in the day, is because we have that like that control's been taken away. But I'm telling you, like, nature provides us food. If you wanted free food, you could have it. If you wanted gold, you could have it. I'm telling you, yeah, this place, nature provides everything you need. But like I said, this is why it's important to be tapped into that space at all points, and it gives you a reminder that, you know what, I can vibrate on a frequency of abundance because I'm in a space that gives me abundance anyways. At all points, at all costs, like, this place will give me abundance no matter what. And it reminds me of how much it is able to give me. But it's just all down to me as a person and what I want to do and the steps that I want to take. You know, if I wanted to go gold hunting today and gold mining, I could, but I don't. Because I would rather, you know, order some food to my house. Like, that's how we are in the system. But that's why there's like a this is why we have duality in it. Like, there's reasons for everything. You know what I mean? Like, I could go down and fetch some gold, and then I could grow my own food, and, you know, there's so much to this, and like, and it's something that I definitely want to get into one day, growing my own foods and stuff. But yeah, there's reasons for everything, and I feel like, yeah, just remind yourself of how beautiful the space is, and I hope you have a beautiful, abundant, amazing, enlightened, divine day. Bye bye.